Hey everybody, this is Dana from Amber Dog Productions. All right, we are in the little Crosstrek Wilderness. Going to take it out on its first actual
left onto Southeast 4th Street.
on its first actual little adventure. The first one I took when I first got the vehicle, or shortly thereafter, ended up into one up in the mountains around the Mount Hood, and that was an unplanned adventure, but it was pretty fun. And that was in the snow. Today we're going to do the polar opposite, and we're going to head out to, we'll say Southern Oregon. I don't want to say the desert, but we are going to be heading out to some lava fields and things like that. Where specifically that I'm heading to is, as those people who follow my channel know, that I have a great obsession with Clear Lake. And it was thought for many, many years that Clear Lake was created by a volcanic flow from Belknap Crater. And it turned out, looking at maps, I remember early on when I was first looking into this place, looking at maps and stuff, I thought, man, that just can't be right. And I have some interesting old postcards from back in the day that said, it was formed from Belknap Crater and stuff. And I'm just like, this doesn't look right. So ultimately, I did find out where it came from, and that was from a series of cinder cones, little minor volcanic eruptions. And one of which, the bigger ones, is Sand Mountain, is where I'm heading to today. I'm going to attempt to get there. So we're going to head on. It's going to be a fairly long drive to get to where I'm going. I'm all loaded up, got my camera gears, got some drones, and I got a little something else just in the event I'm able to deploy it and try it out. Maybe more on that later, maybe not. Either way, it will be coming. So let's get this show on the road. Hammer Dog Productions. See you out there. Little side note here. One of the things that would be interesting for the little Crosstrek Wilderness is normally if I'm going like somewhere kind of heebie-jeebie-ish, I take my Toyota Tacoma, got a TRD off-road, and that thing's a beast. And but this time we're going to take the Wilderness, like I mentioned, and once we get off the hardball, for non-military people, that's asphalt paved roads. Once we get off the hardball, it's going to be, assuming there's no gates, it's going to be dirt, lava trails, whatever, kind of a train wreck for, I think I mapped it out to about 15 miles. So out in the middle of just nowhere. So that'll be a good little test for this car, and me as well. It'll be a good confidence builder in this car, or I may find out it's just not up to the task for that kind of a thing. It might impress me. I don't know. But either way, we're going to find out. I think it's going to be just fine. From what I've experienced in the vehicle so far, I don't see any problems. The biggest problem is going to be just no road exists. In which case, you got to be realistic about what you're traveling on, and knowing that lava is, not good on rubber. So got to keep that in mind. Be out in the middle of nowhere. So anyway, got gas. We're on the way. Let's see how this goes. Check in with you later. Beautiful river on the right. That's the McKenzie River. So I decided to take a little bit of a video on the way. This is some of the burned area. just before Detroit. Thought it was pretty interesting looking at, here we've got all these burned out trees and everything everywhere, but then there's these yellow plants. It's it's kind of beautiful, but man, it's still just all those mountainsides right there, all those burned dead trees. It's just kind of heartbreaking. It looks so different. I don't know that I'll ever get used to it. Coming through here, looking at it like this, it's part of life, I guess. But anyway, so I thought I'd film some of this on the way. Just a little clip. Wow, there's a waterfall up here I've never seen before. It's probably always been there, just hidden by trees. It's up here on my left. That's pretty neat.
Take the next left onto National Forest Development Road 2676.
I think this is it. I see we still got snow. So, okay. Well, I'm kind of hoping that it's not just buried snow up here where we're going, because that could be problematic, but I guess we'll see. I'm really hoping after driving this far that I can get to where it is I'm trying to get to. I've looked at this area for several years, thought about going here. I mean, ultimately where I'm trying to get to is the root cause of what created Clear Lake. Keep my fingers crossed that we can make it up there. So we're just going to keep on going on down this road for a little bit and see what happens. Now, this area where I'm going, there was a whole row of cinder cones, volcanoes. I'm not a geologist, but a whole bunch of eruptions in a row. And this one is probably on the northern end of that row, I would say. I can insert a picture right in here from Google Maps. Headed right towards Clear Lake, and a lot of them did. Belknap Crater being the biggest one, but we're not going to that one. So, but this particular set right here that I'm going to be ultimately driving right up in between, the Sand Mountain ones, are the ones that ultimately caused it.
Turn left onto National Forest Development Road 866, Old Santiam Wagon Road.
So I'm going to be coming right up in between the two that ultimately created Clear Lake.
Take the next left onto National Forest Development Road 866, Old Santiam Wagon Road.
You kidding me, right? This? Wow, okay. I think I'm going to put it in X mode because that looks a bit redonkulous. Are you watching this? Is that recording? Holy crap. Well, if you want to know if these things are a goat, here you go. No? Oh, come on, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, fire, yeah. Where am I going? This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. Man, where am I going? This is crazy. Okay, I think I need to get out and see which one of these two little paths I'm supposed to be on. I don't know about this. This does not look good. There's a big rock right up here I got to avoid and stay to the right of it. Oh yeah, seatbelt. I wish I knew which path to take. It almost wants me to take this one. Oh, this is certainly not cross-track territory. This is 4x4 territory. Man, I don't know about that. You got to be kidding me. Oh my God, it made it up that? You got to be shitting me. Okay, well. There goes my paint job. Well, that's problematic. Yeah, shoot. Once you get around that corner up there, it's nothing but deep snow. And it's not gonna be able to make it. All right, so now I gotta figure out how to get back out of here. Let's work on that. Okay, managed to get turned around. Now, the bear is gonna be getting back down out of here. I think the problem is that there's just still too much snow up here. It's just still too deep. It's okay. You know, it's one thing I figured out. It's that when plans don't go as they're supposed to, you find something else. It is what it is. Oof. One thing I have discovered already, though, is that this little cart is capable of more than it should be. That's for darn sure. Oh, this spot. Oh, God. Not one of my better ideas. But you don't know if you don't go. Well, let's take a left and see where this road goes. Oy. I think that was where I was just at was a bit excessive. Let's see, where's that road go? Okay, on second thought, let's see where this road goes. See if we can get up anywhere on this one. I mean, at the end of the day, I came here to try to find Sand Mountain, and it's not looking like I'm going to be able to do that. So, let's see what else we can find. Keep going. There we go. It looks like it just dead ends up here is what it looks like. And it does. I'm seriously in the middle of the woods somewhere. I just put the Air 3 up for a nice aerial view and look around. And because of the insane lens on that thing, I think I actually was able to see a clear lake from here, which is impressive. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do at this point. This is a neat little spot I just found out here in the middle of nowhere. Just took that little side road. Ended up here. It's like a little clearing with a lava rock, like fire pit right in the middle of it. It's just beautiful out here. It's absolutely quiet. Other than that funny sound I keep hearing. It's been a little unnerving. Oh, I didn't see him with the drone though, so that must be good, right? Anyway, so I think I'm gonna head out of here for now. And you know, one thing I had considered I couldn't do before, and that was Little Nash Crater. Little Nash Crater. Let's see if I can get that in the camera so no glare. Let's go see if we can find that. All right, up we go. Okay, this is Little Nash Crater entrance right here. So we'll see where this goes. Last time I was up here, oh man, I thought about going up here. You know what? I might have been in my mother's Prius at the time. Anyway, I decided it was a bad idea in that car. So I don't suspect it's going to be that bad, but in a Prius, no. So. Oh, wow. Looks like there's several trails that go around up here, but we'll kind of figure out what's what. Have a look-see around. Considering I've wanted to come up to this place for several years too. I'm going to assume that that's Nash Crater right there. This better not just drop off the edge. Huh. Okay, so I am literally driving in the middle of a volcanic cinder cone right now. Isn't that reassuring? Wow. Alrighty then. That's different. Okay, so what we're doing is we're getting the Five Fish Evo all set up. Got to get the cord all plugged in. There it is. Now it's on. I don't know what changed, but there it is. All right. Headlights are working. Okay. All right. Now remember, you're supposed to put this in the water first. If I can even get to the water, which is going to be the challenge. Seems odd that it's sinking. So it was at this point, at this location, I finally got it in the water. And the main idea here was to learn the finite controls and how this particular remote control device works. Um, every device is different. I've been doing all kinds of different types of RC things for many decades, and each one has their idiosyncrasies. This was a really safe place to be able to do this with no risk of harming any of the ancient trees here.
or anything else that might be in the area. So great care has got to be taken here, and this was a great location to be able to get a feel for this craft. So here you can see I'm approaching this particular small tree. I'm very familiar with this area and know who all's here. You'll notice some shuttering right there in the frame. That's from the ROV pulling its own cable off the spool. So that's something I learned here. And I approach this tree with caution because I don't want to take a risk of hurting anything. But I also want to get a feel for what the craft will do when you're trying to focus on a particular target. So at this point, I'm starting to get used to how twitchy it is and how it feels, and I'm experimenting around to get a good feel of how the craft would operate around a actual real target that I've located or really want to investigate. So I'm using this particular tree again as a kind of a training spot because it's a very safe location. And kind of just understanding how twitchy the controls are because you're not just learning to fly this underwater. It's also, you know, you also have currents to deal with too. And so you got to keep all these things in mind while you're doing it because you just, there's a lot of responsibility with using this thing in this particular lake. And even though this is a training run right now, you can't help but to just flat out admire the absolute surreal beauty that's under the water there. And from this perspective, that so many people just don't get to see. And I think that's one of the things that really drives me to make these videos. Clearly, though, for a first run at getting this thing in the water and getting a feel for it, my experience with remote control devices is definitely coming in clutch here. But it definitely shows me from what I'm seeing on this very first run, the potential of this craft to do research here is going to absolutely be incredible. Now, here's an interesting thing. You can see the tether that goes to the ROV in this shot. You can use that to determine your way back home because when you're underwater, no Bluetooth or Wi-Fi is operable. So, and you don't have a compass. So if you know where you are, great. But if you don't know where you are, you got a problem. So and the cord always floats. So you can always go back and retrace your steps and find your way back home. It's a pretty neat thing. And with the floating cord, it keeps it from getting tangled up on things down below. And of course, if something goes wrong, you're still tied to it. You can get it back. So here in this little clip, while I'm still training on flying this thing around, you can notice that one on the right, it appears it's got some rope or what I suspect is probably fishing line tangled around it. And this particular issue is one of the things that I'm hoping to be able to clean up with this ROV because I have the claw attachment. So I can do one of two things. I can cut the rope right at the stump, or I can grab it and try to get it off there. But it obviously it's been on there so long, it might be easier just to cut it right at the tree stump. It might be safer too. Some people might say leave it, but the problem that I have with that is that's not supposed to be there. So I'd like to see that gone. So in this angle, as I still continue to practice maneuvering the drone, I'm also analyzing what I found down there at the same time. And if you look close, you can see on the left side of that far stump, the string or line is going up and it looks like it's going around it to the right. So it might just be wrapped around it. So it may be just as simple as grabbing an end of it and getting it off there. But I'm making mental notes uh, where it is, and that line looks pretty long. It comes clear over here to the one closest to you in the screen, and it looks like it branches off to the left corner of the screen. So it's a significantly long piece of string or rope or something like that. But I know right where this is, so when I get when I get to where I know I'm 100% confident, I should be good to go. So I'm following the cord back to where I launched from and gonna pack it in for the ROV today, get it recharged. But first got to go to set up a camp, get everything ready, probably launch a drone, get a look around and see the sights there, camp set up, get something to eat and maybe have a fire or something like that and chill out for the
Yes,
evening.
I am south of Clear Lake right now. These are some lava fields.
that came from Sand Mountain. And this is kind of the split between Sand Mountain lava flows and Belknap Crater, which is this way. So I'm right on the partition line pretty much, because right over there is the lava flows that kind of go that direction from Sand Mountain. And right over here are the lava flows that kind of spread out and go this way. And they're mostly kind of angling in this way that go from Belknap Crater, for all that's worth. Anyway, so I'll kind of grab the camera and show you around. This is a little area that I've been familiar with for a while, and it looks like this is home for the night. It's pretty busy. Not? That's good. All right, so let me show you around. You probably can't see them, but there's eagles and ospreys up there flying. What do I see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. That's cool. Anyway, and then the view from right up here is just random lava flows. It's actually kind of pretty up here. And those flows over there are the ones from Belknap Crater. And it just kind of goes on around, and then that open area right over there just kind of, that's really kind of an open expanse. I have flown up in that area once before, got some aerial footage over there, and it's pretty cool. Around that big mountain of trees right there, it's a big wide open valley. It kind of goes in behind it. It's pretty intense. Huge valley, just seemingly goes on forever. Anyway, I think maybe I'll put a drone in the air and get a little bit of aerial footage while I'm here.
All right, looks like tonight we're gonna have beef stroganoff with noodles. Okay. Open package at tear notch, remove and discard oxygen absorber. They probably don't taste good, right? At tear notch, okay. This is the part where the bags don't tear what they're supposed to. Success. All right. Remove oxygen absorber. Do not eat. Okay. Now it says, carefully add 1 2/3 cups, 13 fluid ounces, or communist 385 milliliters of boiling water to pouch. Stir carefully and reseal. Okay, so I guess first we need to light this thing. Oh shit, it worked. My son-in-law and my daughter got me this Jetboil thing. Actually, it was kind of a white elephant thing for Christmas, but I kind of think it was aimed at me to get, because they know I go out and do stupid stuff like this. So anyway, this cool thing I noticed, we had a power outage, and I used it during a power outage. It was kind of cool because this little design here actually changes color as it gets warm enough. So, oh man, that thing really heats up quick. So they call that a knife, a fork, and a spoon. How are you supposed to hold it while you cut it? Yeah. The million-dollar question is, what do I do tomorrow? Can't go to Sand Mountain, so I am charging the Evo, the ROV, so I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to Clear Lake tomorrow and dink around with that. Oh, it's boiling. Turn that off. Stir carefully and reseal. Stir carefully. What does that mean? It's going to like blow up on you or something like that? Or? For anybody that knows me, I know nothing about cooking. So to me, this is actually cooking. But I'm sure to most people, this is the last thing to consider when they think of cooking. So it almost looks like food. Damn, look at that. Let's stand an additional 4 minutes. Stir and enjoy right out of the pouch. Cool. No dirty dishes. In the meantime, Pringles, the snack of heart attacks. Beef stroganoff noodles, not bad. I recommend this item. The thing that worried me most about going out and doing this stuff, and then I've got a cabin for a week, is food, eating. I think I'm good to go. That little cooker thing and some of these, I'll be good to go. It's so quiet here, you know? You hear nothing. I hear the crackling of the fire. I can smell the smoke. And there's a few stars coming up. More and more by the minute. See the mountainside over there in the treetops. The haze of the horizon. But it's so quiet here. How could you not want to be out here all the time? This place just calls to me like nothing else. Something about this place. I don't know what the magic is. But here, you know, you've got water, you've got trees, You've got lava. You know, I mean, it's crazy to think that this place was born out of absolute chaos and destruction. I can't even imagine what it must have been like over 3,000 years ago when everything around was on fire, burning like crazy. Numerous times. It's been quiet for a long time, but anyway, I think I'll just hang out by the fire and wait. So let's let it get a little bit darker and hope for some stars and maybe a nebula. I don't know, we'll see. You don't know if you don't try. Woke up at 4 in the morning. Decided to make me some coffee. That's good. Boiling. All right. Now, add some coffee. Press that down till the grounds are just under the surface. Put the lid on, let that sit for a couple minutes. And then we should have some coffee. Let me press this down real nice and slow. Mentioned yesterday that my son-in-law and daughter got me this jet boil. Man, I'll tell you what, this thing is freaking awesome. You cook dinner on it, breakfast, whatever, and then make coffee in the morning. Got my favorite coffee mug here with my 101st Airborne logo on it. And I think what I'm going to do, yes, I'm one of those guys that likes creamer in my coffee, even though I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Get over it. Dude, look at that. Yeah, baby. Now's the part of the movie where I spill it. Clean the grounds out of this with some water and cook me a little bit of breakfast. So we're gonna have biscuits and gravy this morning. Sounds like a plan. Got a little bit nipply last night. And I think for sure today, I was thinking last night, I'm thinking about renting one of the rowboats up there at Clear Lake and trying to deploy the ROV out of a rowboat. It's not my normal kayak thing, but you know, hey, why not get on the water a little bit since I'm here? And the whole Sand Mountain thing didn't quite work out. You know, we make the best of it. Oh, jeez, it's already done. Okay. Man, that thing is so fast, guys. I'm telling you, it's insane. You know, they got these little bitty fuel tanks, and they just like, you think they're going to last forever because, you know, it's so fast, so freaking fast. It's just unreal how quick that thing heats up. I wonder if I could get any sunrise with a drone. That's an interesting idea. I don't know. I might have to check that out. But it's coffee and breakfast time. Everybody seems to row these backwards. There's probably a damn good reason for it, but I don't know how to row a rowboat, so obviously. But I'm learning. Anyway, so, oh my gosh. So I got the 5-fish Evo in the water at the, I'd say, well past the opening of the main body of the lake. And what I was able to do is answer a question. Even at this beginning part of the valley, out in the main channel of the valley, there are trees that no one knows about. Now, I took some video with the 5-fish, with the ROV Evo, and I don't know if the video took or not. I'm still trying to figure out how to recover the video. Anyway, the important thing is that it worked. It worked well, and man, I really hope I got that on video. If I didn't, it's not the end of the world, because I know they're out there now. Most importantly, I mean, at the very least, I know for a fact there are trees out on the main body of the lake now, and that has been plaguing me to no end, and they're deep too. Man, I really hope I got some video of those trees. I've got actual proof now that there are trees, but only on video, because the photos I have that showed up don't show them. I'm in an area where I do a lot of my filming at, and there's this normally dry old creek bed. It's pretty dry. It hardly does anything. This thing is rip-roaring right now. Never seen this much water coming in, so it's obviously a lot of snowmelt coming on. I don't know where this one comes from, but man, is it roaring. But see if I can sneak up here and get a little bit of footage. All right. Oh, that's awesome. So I know that there's basically, there's the ancient spring, there's this one here, and there's another one over here somewhere. It just kind of comes through the weeds. It might be part of a little branch, little tributary off of this one. It's raging right now. Okay, so I think I might have figured out what's going on here. On the Evo, apparently it separates photos into a whole nother file than videos. Like a lot of things, you open up your media bank and it shows your photos and videos. This one apparently does it differently. So what I'm in the process of doing now is downloading the videos that I took, and just the thumbnails, the videos that I saw on the thumbnails, I got the trees. So what I'm doing now is I'm downloading them to the remote control, because in here, right under this little tab, is an SD card. And I don't remember how big a one I put in there, but it's plenty big enough. I'm downloading 119 gigs because I filmed in 4K. The Evo films in 4K, which is going to be pretty good. It remains to be seen how it does in lower light, but because I haven't previewed any of the video yet. So I'm just thrilled that I didn't lose it, that I actually did have it. Okay, well, that was a complete success, I believe. Out in clear water, man, I'll tell you what, being able to get right up on something and be able to look at it, turn, and, I got to get a little better at the controls, even though I've been, flying ROVs or UAVs and cars and boats and airplanes and drones and you name it. Luckily, orientation's a good thing, so those skill sets do come in handy with this, definitely. But I think without that skill set, it'd be a little more challenging. But I see this as a complete success. I was able to go out to some of these lava tubes that I've seen in a lot of my videos and just kind of cruise around and look at the lava flows and the lava tubes that have collapsed, and it's a whole nother level of being able to explore this place. I get quite a bit of film time out of it, which is good. Battery life, I guess. I didn't run it all the way out because I always want to leave myself enough to be able to get back home just in case, somehow as the cord goes under, it gets wrapped around something and you're coming back and you don't know it. You've got to be able to go back and, retrace your steps to get the cord out. That didn't happen to me here at this location, mainly because I know this location has no trees or anything like that, but complete success. I would say that, it's funny. I came on this trip to go to Sand Mountain, and on a whim, I brought the ROV, the Evo, and threw it in just in case I came to Clear Lake. It wasn't going to be my main focus, but like I said, you never know what plans are in store. And I ended up here, go figure. And as always, it's magical. And I got to see something I haven't seen before. That inlet over there is raging. And did get some time in on the Evo, which is really good. I've been wanting to do that. And was able to just explore at will. Instead of using my drag cams, which I really like how those work. They kind of give that free flow thing. And but exploring with the Evo, it's just a whole nother level. You're in control of where you go, how fast you go, what angle you look, and how close you get, and how long you want to stay on target. So I'm gonna write this little trip off as a complete win. I guess they always will be when I come out here, but man, I'm kind of excited to review some of the footage, and I don't know what I'm going to do, but if nothing else, I had a good time. All right, well, I think I'm going to pack some of this stuff up and find some land, maybe grab something to eat, and decide what I'm going to do next. Well, fixing to head back. I really don't want to leave. Go figure. But I got to go. As always, it was a wonderful trip here. Didn't meet the initial objective of getting to Sand Mountain, as you probably noticed in some of the clips that I put in this video. Getting up there and probably getting stranded wouldn't have been a good idea, or trash in the car. But I don't think I could have got past all that snow up there to either. It was just not going to happen. But it did prove that the goat is a much better goat than even I thought. I'm still astounded at that. But once again, an amazing trip to Clear Lake. I'm really glad I brought the Evo, making that discovery out there of those trees that no one knows about. Fuels the fire that there's more of them out there. Because now I know there are. Now it's just a matter of locating them, as many as I can. It's going to take a long time. That's a big body of water, and they're deep. But I have the tool to do it. It's just going to be do the best I can. What the drive is to find all of them, I don't know. But whatever it is, it is. So I'm going to head on back and put this one in the books. This is Dana Price from Amber Dog Productions. See you on the next one.